A Fort Riley soldier was sentenced to 15 months in prison after being found guilty of sexually assaulting a fellow soldier during a court-martial last month by a military jury. Army Sergeant Trent Goins, 31, was a petroleum supply specialist assigned to a company 101st Brigade Support Battalion in the 1st Armored Brigade Combat Team. He was also reduced to the rank of E1 and given a dishonorable discharge from the military judge presiding over the trial at the Fort Riley courtroom, according to a report from the Army's Office of Special Trial Counsel. Goins and the victim were both serving in Gdynia, Poland, when on June 12, 2022, they went out together after work with another friend. Because the three had consumed alcohol and it was late in the evening, they decided to share a hotel room for the night, and it led to Goins impregnating the female soldier. Along with his sentencing, Goins will be required to register as a sex offender upon his release from prison and will be subject to federal and state sex offender registration requirements. Riley County will have more than $1 million set aside for capital improvement projects in 2025. County commissioners Thursday approved $1.214 million for capital improvement plans from a range of departments, including parks, museums, health, and public works. They also made an emergency addition to the plan as the Noxious Weed Department needs to replace a truck, which Noxious Weed Director Michael Bowler called a, quote, pretty vital piece of equipment.
They have a state bid. It would be $58,000 for the truck, but there's some cushion there too because we got to outfit it with a new bed, wiring, that sort of thing. So I'm very confident that 65 is going to cover to replace the truck.
Other capital improvement projects include installation of a rooftop HVAC system for the Riley County Historical Museum, new playground equipment at City Park, and the replacement of the Health Department's electronic medical record software. The software replacement originally was on the capital improvement list last year, but the commissioners tabled the item as they were still searching for a new health department director. Manhattan City crews plowed 42.24 million cubic feet of snow after last week's historic snowstorm. Interim Director of Public Works Wyatt Thompson said at a recent City Commission meeting that Manhattan had 31 operation team members who were able to mobilize quickly.
We had 31 team members from our Public Works operations crew that were able to mobilize quickly. We had a couple members of our traffic team as well as 6 members of the Public Utilities Department that joined us. We had 21 pieces of equipment out on the streets 24 hours a day from the midday on the 4th until midday on the 9th.
City staff on Tuesday launched a plan called the Snow Blitz, which will focus on clearing space for 2 lanes of traffic on public streets where possible.
We had crews from our city crews as well as contract crews in all 5 districts of the city. We are working on public streets in each of those areas of town. Our goal is to widen out the lanes to at least 2 cars, so 2 cars could pass on the streets with a focus on alley entrances, on alleys themselves in the ward districts.
Officials are asking drivers to remove their vehicles from streets in order to more effectively remove that snow. Officers on Wednesday arrested a Manhattan woman as part of an investigation into shootings that occurred after the Thanksgiving holiday in Manhattan on November 30th and December 1st, 2024. Officers arrested 42-year-old Jessica Miller in the 2000 block of College Heights Road, arresting her on a number of charges headlined by 10 counts of perjury and 9 counts of violating the Offender Registration Act. Miller is also charged with single counts of endangering a child, possession with intent to distribute marijuana within 1,000 feet of a school, possession of marijuana, distributing or possessing with the intent to distribute drug paraphernalia for illegal use, use of possession with the intent to use drug paraphernalia, and possession of a controlled substance. Bond in this case has been set at $110,000, and Miller remains confined at the time of this report. The investigation into the shootings remains ongoing at this time, and RCPD is asking anyone with information about these incidents to come forward by contacting their non-emergency line at 785-537-2112 or by contacting Crime Stoppers. More on the day's headlines can be found at our website, newsradiokman.com and themercury.com.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. The new year brings new health goals and wealth goals. Protecting your identity is an important step. LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, LifeLock's restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Resolve to make identity health and wealth part of your New Year's goals with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Good morning, I'm Troy Coverdale with your sports headlines. Serena Sundell scored 16 to surpass 1,500 in her career. She added 8 assists as number 11 K-State pulled away in the fourth quarter for a 62-47 win over Arizona. Coach Jeff Mittie on Sundell reaching that 1,500 plateau.
She's one of the better all-around players in the country. You know, there are just so many things that she can do. And so I thought tonight, first half, she had really good reads on the ball screen. They kind of mixed coverage up on her, played with a great pace in that stretch. Did Serena things tonight.
K-State's winning streak now at 11 as it welcomes Arizona State to Bramlage Sunday afternoon at 1. The K-State men will be trying to end a 4-game slide when visiting Kansas at midday tomorrow.
Last year I was real surprised at how the environment rattled the guys, and I walked away upset at first because I thought it was an effort thing, but it was, we got punched early, and I thought the environment did it to us. Hopefully this time I can do a better job of helping prepare them for how that place is.
Cats coach Jerome Tang as the 9th-ranked Jayhawks have gone 8-1 at home. They dropped their last outing on the road at Iowa State Wednesday. Coverage at 11 tomorrow morning on News Radio KMAN and 101.5 K-Rock. The Manhattan High boys and girls travel to Hayden tonight on the high school slate. Wamego will host Marysville. Rock Creek is at Chapman, and Riley County plays host to Sabetha. Last night in girls' games, Valley Heights dropped Frankfort 71-23. The Kansas City Chiefs begin the final stretch of their run towards a third consecutive NFL title tomorrow afternoon when they face off against the Houston Texans at Arrowhead. That game to get underway at 3:30 with coverage on News Radio KMAN. Have a wonderful day. I'm Troy Coverdale.